here, and this is my book. I hope everybody's having a blessed Saturday. We're going to do that ELYVIRA'S crazy orange bread that took 22 in the nation. This is hilarious. This bread is just hilarious. And when we come back, I'll show you some pictures, but this is what I looked like before, okay, at 310. I actually am like almost 140 pounds. People say, you know, I'm not getting into it, but that's what I am. I am down to a size 10 pants and a medium shirt. My size 10 pants are getting a little too big. So, but anyways, a fitness journey is something you have for the rest of your life. And you can't have drama in your life, and you can't let people put you down. And I would just try to be this person for everybody. Well, you know, when I got sick and almost died, I realized I had to be for myself because nobody was there to help me. I was all by myself. So these last 6 years has been a journey for me, and the journey that I've taken, I think, is a great one for me. It's given me self-respect for myself. It's given me great health. It's given me a new look on life. God gave me a new look on life, you know, and something I've always wanted to do is be in the spotlight, even though it gets monotonous. I've always wanted to have my own show. I always wanted to be a book publisher, you know, and my own clothing line, which I'm having. So Queen Elvira here, you know, I've done very well for myself, even though I've had some really major struggles and trials and tribulations. But that's the difference between being a lady and a queen. You strive and strive and strive until you succeed, okay? And that's what you do. Most people wouldn't want to do that. Well, guess what? I'm different. I'm a lady and I'm a queen. And if you want things, and you want things to be in your kingdom the way you want, then you have to do that. Because if you don't, it's not good. You're not going to be good to anybody. And that's what I've learned over the courses of the years. And getting my house is great, you know. I'm slowly moving in and opening my lake house in a couple weeks. I have things, and I have things because I work hard. You know, nobody's ever given me anything. I've worked for it all. So I'm excited. And this is my crazy orange bread. I'll tell you how we've done it. I've got most of the ingredients already in the bowl, but this is what it is. In this bowl here, you have 1/4 cup of milk, 2 eggs, 1 cup of sugar, half teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, half teaspoon of pure almond extract, and a half teaspoon of mint almond extract, pure. Now this is all pure. There's no fake, okay? And here is 1/4 cup of 1 cup of flours, half teaspoon of cinnamon, half teaspoon of nutmeg, half teaspoon of ginger, half teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's it. And then I grease 2 pans, and I puree 3 oranges. Okay. So the first thing you do is you mix this into here, and I do get the egg beater out. So I just beat it to make sure it goes good. And I whisk it, you know, I just whisk it like this. And then I do get the egg beater out to make sure there's no lumps in it, because you don't want no lumps in it. And you're going to bake it at 350 till the knife comes out clean. It's usually about 30-35 minutes, depending on the oven. Each oven is different, you know. Yeah, see, it's lumpy, so I bet you won't. And this was hilarious when I did it, because the judges said they never heard of it. Well, you're not going to, because Elvira made it up. I made it up. I had to come up with a bread, and they told us in the entries that we had to come up with an original. Well, everybody took the basic recipe, and that's what won. And I'm thinking, wow, I could have done my basic recipe. Maybe I would have got farther, but it's all good. And so you take 3 oranges and puree it. And you just pour them in. I usually get the whisk because it's good. Okay. Now get the egg beater out, because you want it to be smooth. Like that. I'm gonna taste it. It's got a good taste. I did laugh though, because when the judge said he never heard of it, I was like, well, yeah, you're not going to because I made the recipe up. And the guy's like, what? I said, yeah. I said, I made the recipe up. And he laughed. And he's like, are you serious? And I said, yeah. And the judges couldn't believe it. They liked it. But I think, for originality, I got, I think it's good, 100%. But in creativity, I got 100%. But then, like, the taste, I got 100%. But it wasn't enough to move me because there was people with the apple and nut bread that they were looking at the very end. It was like they wanted more traditional, and I thought the way that they talked is like, oh, creativity. So I just decided to come up with my own, and I don't regret it because here's the thing: it's an original recipe, and all my recipes are originals. I don't, take anybody else's recipe. I might take a recipe and change it. And these recipes here don't have oil in them. They all have a fourth cup of milk. I don't use any kind of oil or anything, so, and I don't. And it was hilarious, though, when they said that they never heard of the thing, and I think, well, you wouldn't. And then it got as far as it did, but I was happy with that because I've done baking contests for cakes, and I've won awards on that, but for a bread contest, and I didn't, This was a bread and cookie contest, so it was, somebody said I should have put my cookies in because I have some great cookies that I use for Christmas, and I get all kinds of orders from all over the United States and stuff, and it was like, well, I wanted to be a little more original because I figured, okay, my cookies and stuff, and maybe now I should have done that because there was a lot of stuff with breads and cookies and stuff like that. But the person that won had just a traditional apple bread, which sort of ticked me off because it was like, well, whatever. But at the same time, it's just the idea that it was my recipe. All these recipes are mine. I've taken recipes and I've changed them because most recipes call for oil, which I eliminated the oil. I use sugar, but I use a certain type of sugar, and same with the flour and stuff. So it's like, I've come a long ways from where I started. And it doesn't have a lot of calories, it doesn't have a lot of fat. It's basically for like a snack bread, like if you wanted a snack or something, that's what it's basically for. And I've already greased my pans. But it was hilarious. And my producer, I'm sending him one because he cracked up because he's never heard of my bread. Well, yeah, you're not going to. And you gotta watch it because these pop up pretty good. Stuff, so. And I fill the pans halfway full because these rise up pretty good. And I don't want, I don't want to overflow. That was what happened. Well, that was another reason too, because when I was in the competition, I actually filled one too high, and what happened is it overflowed, and that was another thing that got me too. And each time I did that because we were on a time frame, and once you did that, you had to keep it that way. So, but this was an easy bread, and I thought it was something to share with everybody. And things like that because it does rise pretty good. And as you can see. So it's like, yeah, and it's a unique bread. And I just put them in the oven for about 35 minutes, and I always have a tester that I put through to make sure that they're done. They're good to go. Like that. When we come back, I'll give you the calorie count and show what they look like when they're all done. And then we got one more thing we're going to do today. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for my main course this week. If it's just going to be some kind of a salad, some quick, high protein salad for the week, or what. But don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll be back. See you soon. Keep God and the angels in your life and work out and get that weight off. Anybody can be gorgeous. I mean, I'm gorgeous. And every man's desire. Queen Elvira here, you know, and Queen Elvira, honey, she looks gorgeous. And you know what? When you love yourself and you love your body and as tiny as I am, oh yeah. See you soon. Bye.